Well, this is the perfect splash text for my for my buddy Orange. For those of you who don't know, he loves oranges to the point where he's been like, I won't say sponsored, but he's been given merchandise by Sunny D and been featured on their Instagram channel or story or whatever. Alrighty. So, the idea of this series is just a chill playthrough, not in hardcore Minecraft or anything like that. And the current objective is survive. But I think more importantly is to just a little bit of time and have a conversation. Now, I'm not really sure where it's gonna go. I really have no idea. But we're just gonna see what happens, you know? We're just gonna play through the game. I'm gonna try not and talk about the game too much. It's kind of just a canvas, really, which is honestly Minecraft in its best form. Honestly, it's kind of like an art form, pretty much, this game. It is an easel. It is a blank canvas on which you can put whatever you want. Even in, like, the more difficult modes, like survival and hardcore instead of just creative. People who do massive builds and crazy difficulties and have lived for many, many years in hardcore mode, that's an art in and of itself. You know, people like Phil's and other long-term hardcore players are just insane. Like, the dedication to play on that one world is it's kind of nuts. One world for years, 5 years, which that's a crazy concept to me. But, you know, honestly, this game it's a form of therapy almost. Just, you know, we're just walking through a forest. Ooh, dogs. And it's just with the music and everything, it's just so peaceful. Now, obviously, that changes later at night, but for now, ooh. Oh, a village, awesome. We're gonna go for the village. It's kind of like ridge here with the cherry trees and everything. It's kind of sick generation. I know a lot of people, especially in more creative outlets, have been talking about this idea recently. But art is only well, hold on, I want to say this first. This is my hot take. I never play creative mode in Minecraft. I'm pretty much only playing on survival or hardcore. So I don't really take a lot of time in creative mode. I mean, if I need to test out some redstone or something like that, yeah, I'll hop into a creative mode just for ease of building. I'm gonna turn down the music just a touch. Oh, here we go. Not the greatest blacksmith chest in the world, but definitely doable. I need food. Ask and ye shall receive. Okay, so this is gonna get pretty intense pretty quickly. But yeah, I don't play creative mode like at all. I pretty much strictly stay in survival or hardcore mode. Maybe that says more about me where I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not an extremely creative person. So creative mode kind of doesn't really jive, if that makes any sense. I like the adventure, I like the competition. Here, I'll make this so. Bruh. Is my brightness all the way up? Yes. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, I'm not a I'm not a big art guy. The only like art related thing that I do constantly, I do music all the time. I've got several different instruments. I'm not good at many of them. Maybe that's because I have so many, so I don't have tons of time to practice any given one for long periods of time. So maybe that's something that I could improve on. But I have a keyboard in my room. I've got a Squire Electric. There's my bird talking. Dobby. And I have a ukulele and a clarinet. And if you want to split hairs, I have an automaton as well. But that's more for the meme than anything. Alright. Got some iron. Nothing really meaningful. But yeah, I'm not really good at any one of those instruments, but I'd say I'm the most accomplished on the piano. And I'm actually getting quite close to that skill level on my guitar. The hardest part for me on guitar is like understanding the notes to the point where like I can switch strings and still know where I'm at. Like I have an understanding of basic music theory where you have like relative notes, you have like enharmonic stuff going on. You've got really basic, like every flat is also a sharp, kind of lame stuff like that. I know major and minor scales. I know pentatonic scales on the guitar. The thing is, on the guitar, I've totally forgotten which notes they are. I just know the scale shape, so that's kind of interesting. It's interesting how, like, my music knowledge is greater on the piano, but it doesn't matter on the guitar. And what knowledge I have kind of goes away because you have to think about it in a different way entirely. So food for thought, but it's fine. But yeah, I'm not really good at either one of them. At any one of them, rather. I kind of just noodle around. I'm trying to get better. I'm gonna take your workstation, buddy. A blast furnace. Yeah. I don't know whether I use this village to profit or whether I just keep moving. Because I can get a lot of stuff really fast using the village. I don't know where I want to go, though. Did I get those pumpkins? I never got those pumpkins. I think I might just stick around in this cherry tree area. I really like the aesthetic of the cherry trees. Although I wouldn't be opposed to some of that red mangrove wood from the mangrove biome or whatever. What I do desperately, I want to find that pale biome The pale garden? That's freaking cool. Yeah, I like how this slopes down naturally. Dude, I should make, like, a bridge to this whole village. That'd be sick. Okay, but enough about that. We're still talking. We're having a conversation here. A one-sided one, but it's still a conversation. Yeah, I don't really do art. This is... Well, I guess by my own logic, this is kind of art. And my art is bad. I think, what's the farthest stuff? I've already beaten the game. Beating the game is not a difficult challenge in this game. Yeah, beating the game isn't that hard in Minecraft. There's a lot more difficult games. And the problem is, like, my mechanical skill is not that great. My game knowledge is pretty high. I've been playing for a long time. But mechanical, like, ability to, like, move my character precisely. I'm not good at PvP. I'm not good at building either. I'm actually not good at this game. Alright, I'm just gonna put my bed down here for the night. Sleep with the pigs. Don't take that out of context, please. But yeah, so this is my canvas for this new series. I think it's going to be a series, depends on how much attention it gets. Which, is it really art if it's not authentic? And does it become authentic when you're not doing it for views? I don't know. These are interesting hypotheticals that I'm probably not aware enough to answer. I'm not qualified. I think I'm gonna make my house here. Or I might make it. I'm gonna go back to that little ridge there. That slope that's on the edge here. There was like that open space where the mountain starts to slope down. I'll build there. So yeah, Minecraft is art. I'm bad at art, and that applies to Minecraft too. Although I'm better with Minecraft art than any other kind of art, so I get, what does that make me? Just a bad artist, I guess. I don't know. Life is weird. I don't want to put people off from these things, so I'm probably not going to talk about religion a lot. But just like starters, I'm a Christian. If I wasn't, I think nihilism is the most attractive philosophical standpoint for me. Here, let's cook this real quick. I need these potatoes. These potatoes are important. And I will make some more food. There we go. I also want a shovel. That way I can kind of terraform this a little bit. I want to flatten this little terrace out. Yeah, I think nihilism is a very attractive quality, like a very attractive philosophical position to me. I mean, yeah, what purpose is there? Life doesn't have a purpose. It has no ultimate purpose, no ultimate meaning. Sounds kind of like Friedrich Nietzschean philosophy. sounds like the opening to the book of Ecclesiastes. Vanity of vanities. Everything is vanity. It's all striving after wind. Because what happens? You work your whole life. You do what you can. You live your life as best you can. And then you die. And then that's it. Then depending on what you did in your life, whether 5 years or 500 years, they'll forget about you. So, yeah, what gives? What is to prevent you from doing whatever you want? Let's do this. And to that question, some would probably say, "Oh, well, I do it for my family so that they can be better off." Okay, they might have less pain in their life, but when they die, did it matter? They don't remember any of it. It didn't mean anything. Because if you take what science and convention says, it's nothing. Void. After death. Nothing. So what's the point? To further the human race? Nope. That's not an ultimate purpose, because the people who you benefit with your advancements will also just die. So societal convention keeping you from doing whatever you want? Nope. Yeah, with true nihilism, there's really a no point to anything. And I feel like that's kind of the case if you don't have any ultimate purpose. And as far as I've seen, any ultimate purpose that you can, there really isn't any ultimate purpose. It's just it becomes irrelevant after you die. Everything you've done becomes irrelevant after you die. The only difference is time. And all of the little tiny purposes that you fill your life with, in the meantime, are just ways of tranquilizing your boredom. That's all it really is. Those are pretty. But yeah, like I said, I'm not going to get into what my answer for it is, because that would be talking about religion, and I'd like to keep it out of this as much as I can without... I don't want to offend people or put people off from these, so I'm just not going to talk about it for now. I'm sure there will be a time that comes when I will talk about it on here, and I'm fine with that. I just think that now is not the time. Yeah, well, frick, I'll talk about it a little bit. I think the biggest problem with the idea of the umbrella term of Christianity is so convoluted now, and it kind of is losing its meaning almost with people who... I mean, yeah, I'm trying to tread carefully here. You can't... Yeah, I don't... There are a bunch of different Christians that believe lots of different things, especially about nuances about religion in general. And that whole concept makes it a little bit sketchy to deal with. And everyone else who, if there's anyone who doesn't believe, they have different preconceived notions about what Christianity means. And those might not be applicable to the person they're having a dialogue with. And that is just kind of detrimental to the conversation. So, yeah. And those who follow, the Bible more to a T than others, you have people like Mormons and stuff that have, like, extra books or extra prophecies that were revelations afterwards. That kind of it all just gets kind of messy. So whenever I'm talking to someone about it, I like to have a kind of set a baseline as to what I particularly believe, and that kind of makes it go a lot easier. But half the reason that people, I think some of the biggest hurdles to Christianity, the people groups like that is, it's almost a logical fallacy. One of the biggest arguments that people say that they are not Christian is that they like the ideals, they like the ideology, and they like the viewpoints that are espoused with it, but the people they're hypocrites. They don't do what they say they do, or they don't behave like they should. And so then they extrapolate their idea of what people do, and they take that and they apply that to the greater group of people, which I think is a logical fallacy, because Christianity, the idea behind Christianity and the Bible is that all people have sinned and are, fallen and not perfect. We will make mistakes, we will mess up. And with that kind of idea, if you use people as a measuring stick for a religion, when that religion says that the people are not a good measuring stick, that's faulty. That's faulty thinking. But, I don't know. I'm only 21. Who am I to say about these things? I'm not old enough. It's also very difficult for me to talk about these things because, I like it. It's a lot easier for me to talk about something when I'm like writing it down or typing it up, because then I can like craft my thoughts before I send out a complete idea. I can't really do that here, can I? So, yeah. I might stumble over my words a bit. But that's fine. That's, back to the whole art thing. That's a part of the authenticity of it. I'm not going to use any editing in this. I'm not going to cut stuff out. The biggest thing I'm going to do is make a thumbnail. So. And even then, how is that authentic when I can use AI to generate it? But like, what gives? That's kind of the phrase I've been going back to for this whole thing. Alright, I just needed some stone for the base of my structure here. Ow. Alright, time to lay my head at night. And the Minecraft music comes in, and it's just great. Minecraft music is flawless. Oh, frick you. Come on. How did that happen? Make sure my spawn point is set. In case I die. Dude, you suck. Alright, so let's get the foundation of this house here. I don't know, is this enough room? Yeah, sure, let's go for it. We're gonna make out a cherry to match the vibes here. I'm gonna run right to the edge. And I'm gonna put cobblestone as the base. And then I'm going to build it back this way, just as a way to add some texture here. And I think this can be the end. But I need to chop down more trees. I'm not great at house construction, but we'll try. Ooh, that's kind of annoying. Why did I do that? I'm kind of stupid. I mean, yeah. Make what you will of this whole thing. It's there's gonna be times where I'm rambling, like when I was about art and stuff earlier. And there'll be other times where I have good, actual, like, thought-out ideas. If you want, we can also debate any of these ideas. If you wish to discuss them further, don't be afraid to type out a question or a rebuttal in the comments. I'll do my best to answer it quickly. This is definitely a deviation from my normal videos that I make. But hey, it's something new, and above all, it's authentic. So what more can you ask for? And speaking of authenticity, you know what's crazy? It seems like YouTubers are like dropping like flies in terms of getting canceled and stuff. YouTubers, Twitch streamers, they're all like just not good people. Like, where is that coming from? And that's kind of the other thing. We kind of just have to have the idea that, like, these people that we're watching and, like, watching their videos and stuff are good people. We're working under the assumption that they are until we are forced to face with the idea that they are not, in fact, good people. So is this going to be my little front door? It's kind of weird. Kind of rather this be my front door almost. That way I can have a massive window out these sides. Yeah, I like that better. Alrighty, so we're going with a single door design here. Just trying to build out this area. It's my natural looking terrain generation. So let's make some... Let's set up our stuff here in the corner. I still have to get a whole floor. But, like, I'm going to have some big windows in this house. It's going to be great. But, yeah, anyway, back to what I was saying. Like, we're watching these people and we're kind of hanging on to the words that they say until we're forced to come to the conclusion that they are not who we thought they were. That we don't know these people in real life. And for some, that's probably a scary thought. Like, there are some, from what we can tell, there are some genuinely good people in the content creation space. People like, you know, Dan TDM, and if you want to go like actors, you can do like Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves he appears to be genuinely a great guy. Also, I'm a big racing fan, and Keanu Reeves just took part in the GR86 Cup, racing Toyota 86 cars, over the last summer. That was pretty awesome. Dude Perfect was in the same race too. Cody Jones of Dude Perfect was there too. But yeah, it's almost time for a new group of content creators to come in and make themselves known. New people who we can attach ourselves to and kind of build a community with, because a lot of these old faces who have been in it for a long time are either just not good people or they've become jaded and they just are not with the program anymore. And sometimes what they say is not a reflection of who they are in some instances, and it's just taken out of context, or, you know, it's way easy to take stuff out of context, or, you know, not fully understand a situation and make claims on it. People do that way quickly. They see a situation online and they immediately jump to a conclusion, and then they have fully formed opinions on these matters without knowing anything. That's a big problem. So if anything, I want to encourage the people who see this to think critically about things, consider all aspects of it before making a fully formed opinion. and reaching a verdict without knowing anything. And one of the stronger points is being able to admit that you don't know everything. Admit that you don't know every little nuance about a situation. That's important. That signifies strength and wisdom. As I lay some bits on my house here. Like, we see stuff online. We see the first point of view we come across. We are predisposed to believe that one because it's a first impression bias. And we saw that one first. Okay, that's the one that's true. That's the one that's accurate. Anything else, we either don't consider it or we brush it off as just, nah, that's not it. That doesn't seem right. When in reality, there's no way of knowing. How do you verify stuff that just, it's a he said, she said battle. And there's no way of verifying that. Because outside sources lie. If you've ever seen Dr. House MD, everybody lies. Like, to keep quoting movies and TV shows, The Princess Bride, one of the best movies ever. Life is pain, Highness. Anyone who says otherwise is selling something. I love that line. Okay. But I think I've rambled long enough for one time. This is the beginning of our house. We'll talk about the progress in a little bit. This is the beginning of our house. We're making on this beautiful cherry tree ridge overlooking a village and a river. And we've kind of got this little slope here that goes all the way down. That way on this one here. Yeah, kind of a gentle slope all the way down. But yeah, if you enjoyed this kind of thing, let me know in the leave a like or whatever. If you have any questions, comments, answers, whatever, just put in your 2 cents. You can chime in the comment section. I'll do my best to respond. But yeah, I don't really think I have much else for now. Thank you for watching, and I think I'll see you next time. Goodbye.